Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Monroe, and welcome to the very first episode of the Sisterhood of the Squared Circle, or at least my inaugural episode. So, today with us is the wonderful, amazing Miss Allie Quinn. Allie, how are you doing?
Not too shabby, just doing in some self-tanner today.
Hey, us ladies, we need to do that, especially on wrestling weekends. So
It
I
is a
understand.
lifestyle.
Yes, very much so. So, obviously, for those who don't know you, just do a quick introduction of yourself. How long have you been in wrestling, and where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I live here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, so I am the South Dakota sweetheart. Hi, hello. I've been doing this for about a year and a half, going on 2 years. I would say steady.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 25. There's not much to know about me. I'm a redhead.
Like you're 25, you're a baby. I get it. So I know, Allie, you and I go back to pretty much the beginning.
Gosh, day one.
Day one. I was there when you started training.
Yeah.
So I know a lot about you as a person, but what I don't know about you is more of the wrestling side. So I think my first question is, what is your first pro wrestling memory?
Gosh, I would probably say watching Total Divas. That's
Okay, I
my first
remember
ever.
Total Divas very well.
Oh, that was my go-to, and that was little me back in Oklahoma, not knowing. I didn't know anything about wrestling, not a thing. But I know who the Total Divas were. Knew
Mm-hmm.
that. And then my first ever show, like indie show, was the OG flagship show here in Sioux Falls when they first kicked off.
So that was your first one that you ever went to.
First ever.
So you didn't even get into like the WWE stuff, anything like that. You just went straight for the independents.
Yep.
You know, that's not a bad way to get started, in my opinion. So, what made you decide that I want to do this? I want to be a wrestler. Was it right when you saw Total Divas, or was it more when you came to the flagship show?
I mean, Total Divas kind of like dipped into it, but in Oklahoma, there's not like at least where I'm from, there's not a huge culture of any of it. Like we don't hear a lot about it. So I like the lifestyle of like being on the road and everything. So I was like, oh, I love this show, love the drama. I'm a girl. What can I say? I'm just a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the indie show and like watching a female my age doing it, I was like, wait a second. I've never been athletic in my life. Can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Went to training, met her, hooked from day one.
And when you say her, you're talking about Sadie, right?
Sid
Oh,
Silver,
Sid
OG starter
Silver.
for
Oh my
me.
gosh. So yeah, that was she's a wrestler. She's down in the South now.
Yep.
But yeah, she was a wrestler for our local promotion, Flagship. So yeah, she was really kind of who you got started off with.
Yep, she was my about first year that was kind of off and on of me getting into wrestling. So yeah, I wrestled her a ton. So technically, I've been doing this within 2.5, 2 years. But that first year, you always can't fully count it because it's your start off point of like
Mm-hmm.
wrapping everything.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
so much to take in.
So what do you remember about your first day of training?
Oh my gosh, so many bumps,
So
so
many.
many, so many bumps. There's, I laughs.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard not to.
It is. It is. What so looking back at with how long you've been training over the past couple of years, what do you think just overall is the toughest part of training for you?
I mean, it's a mental battle every time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're doing things that you wouldn't think that your body could do. So it's a mental game.
Yeah, exactly.
Never thought myself as athletic ever in my life. I was musically inclined in high school, definitely not athletic. So I'm always amazed with what I can do now.
And going back to that, I think I noticed a lot of people who get into wrestling weren't necessarily athletic before then. I mean,
Mhm.
you get your typical, oh, I was a wrestler in high school or I played basketball or whatever. But I also see a lot where like I didn't run before this. So yeah,
I didn't go to the
I
gym daily before this. I was very much musically inclined. I played violin for like, gosh, 8 years.
mhm.
Never ran a day in my life.
So, do you remember your first match? And I don't mean, the matches that they have you do while you're training. I mean, first in front of people match.
Oh my gosh, yes, it was deer in the headlights. Deer in the headlights. I was very grateful that Sydney took care of me. Thank gosh.
Mhm.
My poor heart was not ready for that many people, let alone my debut. I mean, let's backtrack to that.
Mhm.
Who does? Talk about chair to the face by yourself.
I was gonna say, how many people do you think was at that show? Because that was probably at least 100, if not a little bit more.
The one I dinged myself with a chair was not.
Mhm.
My first ever big match though definitely was a lot of people. And of course there was the one kid there that knew about my debut and was curious and asking his dad if I was going to hit myself again. Never
why?
will not hear that.
Why is it always the kids that remember all of that?
You know, it kind of sticks with you when a girl like runs up on the stage after being a fan and grabs a chair and hits herself in the face. I can't blame him for remembering
Mhm.
that. I can't put him past. However, I would love to pick up a chair now and prove to him that I won't hit myself, I swear.
Yeah, exactly. Now I've seen people that swing a chair at a rope and smack themselves back in the face. So I
I
mean,
really got that did not.
you didn't do that. So
No,
and I mean, if you're gonna get hit with a chair, you might as well do it right away and get it over with.
I mean, I hit myself and then I hit them. It worked out. I didn't stop going.
Yep, exactly. And that's the whole thing. And like you said, it's so much of a mental game and trying to tell yourself like you're gonna mess up.
1000%. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna miss a few things.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to take it and have fun. Because if you're not having fun, then why are you doing it?
Exactly. And I always say if you're not nervous beforehand,
Then you don't care.
you also don't care. So that kind of brings me to my next question. Since I know you've had so many matches since you started,
Oh my
what
gosh, I got asked to count and I don't even keep count. And I was like, I should be
I,
tally marking all of these.
I promise I'm not gonna make you count. Do you have any pre-match rituals before you go through that curtain?
Well, we all know that I'm a Swiftie around these parts. So for the people that don't know, I am a huge Swiftie.
Mm-hmm.
So I may or may not jazz up myself with some Swiftie music. And then right before going through the curtain, I kind of do like a little dance jig, if you will, to like shake out all of the nervous. Because if you're not nervous, you don't care. And
Mm-hmm.
so right before I go out, that stomach just sinks. Just because I'm ready to put everything out there. So I just do a little jump dance jig right before I walk out and time it with my music.
Perfect. So, is there a match where you feel like, because I know, obviously in my opinion, with female wrestlers in the Midwest, it's kind of hard to get started out.
Hmm.
Was there a match where you felt like that was kind of the match that you proved to yourself that you could do this, and you just took off and kind of started, getting your bookings from there? Because personally, I've seen you go from, just a couple matches, like maybe one in Nebraska, to just you're everywhere now. Midwest wise, I think, I've seen you Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, like everywhere.
I'm finally getting places. It does feel super great. I mean, when I wrestled Sydney for, gosh, we were doing that story forever. And then I wrestled Kelsey at SuperCon. That was a turning page of like, okay, I can do this. I can do it with more people. And then I think the turning point was like getting booked elsewhere. And I had a match. Gosh, I've had several matches outside now. And I think it's those that I prove to myself every time of like, I can work with people that I don't know and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're all in this, like it's getting that mind of like, wow, we're all in this for the same reasons.
Exactly.
And we're all here to be each other's family.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it was like one match. I think it's just the more so that I go places and I notice niche stuff about people
Hmm.
that I'm just more set in each time.
Well, and I think too, when you start training, you learn all the physical things
Hmm.
that go with it. But until you actually get in the ring with other people and start doing matches, that's when you start learning, the things that the physical training can't teach you. The,
Right.
the mental things, how do you read your opponent? How do you read a crowd? Um,
Exactly. Like I mean, every crowd is different from Minnesota to Wisconsin to here in Sioux
mhm,
Falls to down in Omaha. Like every crowd feeds differently, and you have to figure out the transgression of what that crowd wants and what part of you that they like. Because like here, obviously, home girl, they
mhm,
love it. They love it because I'm from here, local. Minnesota, they
exactly.
just love the sass and the sweetheart because like you said, there's not a lot of females. So if you can categorize yourself and make it something that's not forgotten, you just
Yes.
grab onto that niche of each of it. And it's like stepping stones that you're never going to learn just being in training itself.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
learn how to add to it.
And I think that an audience reacts, we maybe have, as females, we maybe have a little bit more of an advantage because I feel like the crowds react differently to a men's match versus a women's match.
I think
And
100% because you don't see it often. There's not a
mhm,
lot of us. And so when they see it, they're like, wait, females actually do this? Like it's not just a TV thing for, and I'm not knocking TV, but like obviously like they look fantastic.
yeah,
You don't think an average Joe girl who has a 9 to 5 job is going to be wrestling every weekend. Like that's just not something that you put two and two together to
exactly.
mesh together. So I
Yeah.
think we like you amaze people by doing that. Whereas
Hmm.
like a guy, it's like, oh, I get it. You grew up watching it, like you're into it. Whereas female, they're like, wait, you like this?
Yeah. And I think it's even harder to break in as a female in something that is a legitimately male dominated industry.
One
It
thousand
really is.
percent.
So I think if you can do that as a female and get into these other places and get booked elsewhere, that definitely says a lot about you because how hard you work at this. And especially, at least for me, when I've gotten booked in the past, it's like I'm always happy when I get booked again
One
because
thousand percent. I'm always excited when they shake your hand and be like, "We want you back," and I'm like,
mhm,
"Yes, I did my job. I showed them what I could do." Like you're proving it to yourself, not only just them. Like
exactly.
you're proving it to yourself that you can do it. So like, I mean, everyone's their own biggest advocate. You know that. Going out there,
And
posting yourself, shaking hands, shaking babies. Yeah, it's
yep,
part of it's the whole thing.
don't shake the babies.
Fine, I'll
I
take
know
the
what you
hot
mean.
dog. I don't generally want that, but I'll take it.
Okay.
But you're your own advocate, so like whereas like it's always easy to find a guy's an opponent. It's hard to find a girl an opponent because there's not a lot or they're booked
Mhm.
all the time because they're poaching themselves, which is
Yeah.
fantastic, but like come wrestle me.
Yeah. And I can say that from the promoter side too, is it's really hard to pull a female from somewhere when, they're already booked like all these other places because
Mhm.
female wrestlers can be in really high demand, especially when you're really good.
Exactly.
So,
Especially
yeah,
the effort that they put in and then making the time to drive and like being accessible, like it makes it harder once you start filling up all these dates. Gosh, I think this last weekend was the first weekend out of a month, 2 months that I wasn't booked for a weekend. It's
hmm,
pretty proud of myself.
yeah, yeah. And again, for those of you who are watching and have not seen us before, we, like I said, I've known this girl since day one, and I've been in the wrestling scene now for about 8-ish years or so. So it's been amazing just to at least see, because when I started, I was the only female there, and I was training for first being a wrestler, and then I decided to be a referee, then I became a manager, but it's still
And now
really
you're a whole owner.
now a whole owner, but it's still like just being able to watch, you come up and Sydney come up. Um, it's so fun to watch because it's like I see myself in you guys. So, but getting back to my other question that I wanted to ask, what is your favorite match that you've done so far? Because I know you've got a lot of matches obviously left in you, but what's your favorite match that you've had so far?
Oh, that's so hard.
I know you've probably had a few.
I
I
have
don't
had a
mean to make you
few.
pick.
I mean, oh, it's so hard. I mean, this last one with Sean Galloway was really fun to do an
Mhm.
intergender match, let
Yes.
alone using his gimmick was so fun. Like, I think that's the most, I mean, I talk more so now, way more than when I started.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm still green, but that was like pale green. Now we're a little bit darker, like my wall here. We're getting somewhere. But like that was cool to like work a gimmick.
Mhm.
Now like
And
technical matches, probably all the ones I've had with Sadie. I mean, we just flow really well.
yeah, 100%. Well, and I'm glad you brought up the intergender matches too, because I know that's always, I feel like people either sway way one direction or the other direction, whereas
Hmm.
they like it versus they hate it. Um, and me personally, and I'm sure you'll probably say the same thing, I think it's great.
I definitely
Um,
don't think it's a bad thing as long as the promoter themselves and the booker have like I'm not saying anything against the male, but like they have the female interest in mind of like this person's gonna take care of this person,
mhm.
as we all should in wrestling. We should be taking care of each other, but
Yes,
like as long as you don't like intentionally set it up for failure.
exactly. Yeah, and I think that's a promoter mind too, is we always have to think, okay, obviously we're not going to put Allie Quinn in the ring with a guy that's the size of the Big Show. I mean,
Definitely
that's
wouldn't
not
work
how it
out, and
works.
it wouldn't make sense.
Exactly. It would not. I mean, we're looking at like similar sizes and things like that. And I think at least the people that I've seen in the local promotion that we have, New Sound Wrestling, I think the fans really do like it. And I mean, you get that, the female's getting beat, but then the female comes back, does the shine, and like the crowd loves it.
Hmm.
So,
I think it's definitely like it definitely depends on location, on whether
mhm,
like it's frowned upon or if it's okay. But it
yeah,
also comes about the two people that are in that match and how they're carrying that match too.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
we're all here for the story. We're all the plot of everything. So it's also how
Hmm.
about two people can bring that story about. Because I feel like even the people that frown upon it, you can't deny a good story.
Exactly. My saying is, I am a sucker for a good storyline. I
I'm all
mean,
here
I
for the
love
plot.
I love the wrestling part of it too, don't get me wrong, but I will live for a good story because then that makes what the wrestlers do in the ring mean so much more.
1000%. It's you're telling a story from point A to point B, and
Mhm.
however long you can keep it is all on you.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me flip things a little bit. We've talked about the matches you've had. Who are your dream opponents? Who are the ladies or guys that you want to step in the ring with soon?
So like local indie.
I mean, we can do both. I say we do both.
Well,
So we
if we're
start with
going
indie.
indie scene, I have quite a few because now that I've
Okay.
been out and about, I've gotten to meet so many people. It's so fun. And like I've gotten to like see people too and like not like scout people but like be like, "Oh my gosh, I want to get to that point eventually." So like some dream matches on the local indie, any type of that scene. I mean, Sierra, come on. I've
Oh,
seen a lot of her work. I want to see her. You've talked so highly about her. I want to do it. Dream
yep,
match. Dream
yep.
match.
That
I've
would
had
be a
Brittany.
dream match for me too. It really would be.
I think it would be fantastic, and I think I could learn a hell of a lot from it.
Absolutely.
Um, the other Brittany Brooks has came across my stuff so many times, and I've watched her matches. I want to do it. I want Sass against Sass in the Barbie. It'd be
I
so
like
fun.
it. I like it.
So fun. My gosh, let's see. I've had a whole list this whole time. I want to fight Nino just for fun. I think Nino in an intragender match would be fantastic.
Nino Hatchet, again for
I
the
think we can
listeners.
do some stuff.
Nino Hatchet's from Omaha. Look him up. He's Magnum Pro guy. He's fantastic.
He's also a fantastic trainer.
Yes, also that.
Who? Is there anybody from Sioux Falls that I want? I mean, I take D'Lo. I think D'Lo would be fun.
Again, for those of you who don't know, DeLorean Diggs is my husband. That would be an interesting match, I think.
Oh, I think the matchup would be fantastic. I think we could definitely tell a story from point A to point B and just leave it there.
I think so too. See, now you're gonna have my brain going.
Ooh,
And he's in the other
now
room, so you can probably hear this.
D'Lo. Now, I think McGregor and I should go head to head for Ginger fight.
Yep. Jameson McGregor, again, another Omaha guy. Fantastic. Can't get
Or we tag team and become like an Irish duo. But I
there we go.
can't. I'm still a sweetheart though. He can
Okay.
be the juggernaut.
Got it.
Hard pass on that one.
No, I like those.
Ooh,
You got
just
another
start
one.
putting all of these together. Oh, I told you, there's so many. There's so many people out there that I've like seen or gotten to meet. Like Maggie Lee's another one.
Maggie's great.
Put me in. Put me in. She looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on, but those would probably all be the top ones between men and women in the indie scene. If we go to the other one, the scary ones,
Yes, the bigger ones.
I'd probably say like Chelsea Green would be fun,
Yep, she'd be
which is where
great.
my finisher comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with Becky Lynch. The man. I want to do it. We're redheads. Put us in.
I was gonna say redhead versus redhead.
I think it'd be fantastic. If we have to go way back, I want Paige. Like, oh,
Yep. Yep.
that was my favorite total diva. Like, she was one of the ones I was
100%.
like, not even the Bella Twins. I wanted Paige.
Okay, I have to put one in here for you.
Do it.
AJ Lee.
Yes.
And
Yes. Within the last year, I've learned so much about her. Yes.
It's probably like, well, this will never happen. It's just on my wish list because she's probably not going to wrestle again.
Mm-hmm.
But I have loved that girl ever since she had like the Chuck Taylor's conversation with the divas during when they were going through Total Divas. I love her. And I have her book. Gosh, I sound like I'm going off on a fangirl moment here.
You're talking to a girl who has a Taylor Swift book in the back.
But yeah, I mean, she's got her own book when she talked about how she got into this, and it's one of those like she literally started from nothing.
Yeah.
And she got to where she is now. I mean, look at her. Girl's married to CM Punk. I mean, her life's pretty good. And she's
I know.
as gorgeous as she ever was. So that would be like, if I'm thinking, big time, it's like, yeah, that's my dream opponent for you. Would be AJ.
I would love that. That'd be fantastic. Bring your husband too while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we kind of rattled off that list. So thinking, again, forward into the future, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, obviously you still want to be wrestling. Where do you want to be? Is it somewhere where you want to still be here and doing this? Do you want to spread out and be somewhere different?
I mean, this is home. So like I always want to still be here, but I want to cross off as many states as possible. And just keep branching out. Like, I mean, time will tell where 5 years could bring.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to make it somewhere. Does it have to be necessarily TV? No. Is that always the goal? Yes. That'd be great. However, if I could just get to many states, because let alone a travel bucket list of going that many places, a girl would be happy.
Yeah. And I love seeing all the wrestlers that literally do just that. I mean, they check off all of these states that they go to. And just seeing, yeah, wrestling can bring you everywhere.
It brings you so many friends and everything. And like, I think that's where I see it. Like 5 years, all of this, the family that we've grown, crossing off some states, seeing how far I can get, seeing how things fall and trickle. Like, time will tell.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, since we were talking about at the beginning, can be hard sometimes for female to get into the wrestling industry.
Yeah.
So if you had someone come up to you and say, how do I get into this? What advice would you give someone who is trying to get into the wrestling business right now?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing would be do your research on your training schools. Find
Mm-hmm.
something that's either local to you, or do your research and move where it can work for you if you're truly that invested. Um, get close with people. You're your own advocate. Start talking to people. As a girl who's very much scared, well, I should say used to be scared. I'm good now. To
Mm-hmm.
talk to, like, just go up and start talking to people. And I mean, even then, every now and then, it still gets nervous. I'm just a girl.
Yep.
Just start
Exactly.
talking to people and start asking, like, ask all the questions. There's not a dumb question. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
will have an answer for you, or will find an answer for you. And there's
Yeah.
always going to be a spot somewhere. And if you're like nervous about the bumps, nervous about, everybody takes care of each other. You just have to get to that point of trusting people.
Yeah.
So when you go to find somebody, just find a place that is the fit for you.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And you
100%.
don't have to watch wrestling to start this either. I am proof of that. Didn't start
Allie
watching
living
till I
proof.
started.
Yes. Which, again, I didn't know that about you. And I think that's just so cool because it just shows like you can get into this and you don't have to know everything about it.
No, I mean,
And
like, I knew the bare minimum. I knew about the Total Divas, and that was it. I knew who John Cena was, of course.
yeah.
Kind of knew who CM Punk was. The rest of it,
Yeah.
never sat down to watch a SmackDown. Nothing. Never sat down to watch it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Nada. Got up here, went to that flagship show, that first one that they had. First one ever, mind you, that they kicked off here in Sioux Falls. Watched all of that happen, and I like got hooked so good that I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can't. It
Yeah.
was having somebody approach me and be like, hey, you look like you're interested. You could do this. It's not as
Mm-hmm.
bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
And like, even just getting the initial feel for everything of that lending hand of like, hey, you could do this. I was hooked, and now I watch it, and now I'm stuck and here for the plot.
Yeah. And now you can't get out of it.
No, I
Again,
definitely don't want to. You're stuck with me, so please keep booking me.
see, now we're just doing some undercover talks. We're ruining kayfabe here. No, but
Never. I am a queen.
but no, I mean, I do agree. I think you've got to find, a training school that, you like and is reputable. Or you have to at least, I have people ask me, how do I even get into it? Like if there's no training schools around me. And I'm like, you just got to start going to shows. You got to make connections with, the promoters or the talent, or, just start showing up. And I think, and it's funny timing wise because there was just a seminar, the seminar in Omaha with Matt Taven and like Mike Bennett, and they both said like the biggest thing about this business is you just have to show up.
Just
Like,
showing up. I have made it a goal this year to hop in every car I can to go to as many shows I can.
mm-hmm,
Booked or not booked, I would like to show up to one, I want to be a part of it. I don't care if I'm just helping you set up chairs and I'm just there to be there.
yeah,
Being a part of these shows is amazing. And the amount of shows that I've already been to yet this year, and it's only barely July, is amazing. There's so
mm-hmm,
many, like, there's shows, places I had no idea.
exactly. And I think even, and like you said, now you watch wrestling all the time and you learn things, whether it's, details about storylines or details about moves. I feel like it's just culminated into so much. Like since I first knew you until now, it's like you're a completely different person wrestling wise.
1000%. I'm
So
not
yeah, I think,
seasoned. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting somewhere. And there's so much to learn. It's never ending. I feel like even once you think you know everything, you don't.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're getting in, you're getting into the ring with these people that have, whether they've done it for 6 months or whether they've done it for 6 years.
Yep.
You get to bounce things off of them and you get to learn so much, which is amazing. Again, me not being a wrestler, I still learn so much every time, every show. Whether it's, from the promoter side or if I'm being a referee, like you learn so much. And I think it's an awesome way, even just getting into the shows however you can, just being able to grow.
Yeah, just being a part of the atmosphere, you're already growing right there. Watching a match, you're already growing right there. Shaking hands, meeting people.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
you are your own biggest advocate, and I have learned that. So you have to get out there. Don't be afraid to shake hands. Just don't shake the babies.
Just don't do that. I just realized we've been talking for 30 minutes. It's been fantastic. Being able to, talk to you and get to know you more and your background. And I would say I hope, but I know everybody who's watching this is going to love learning about you too. So what I want you to do is I want you to plug your social medias. Yes, I said
Goodness.
social medias. Social media. Give me your social medias. Give me, if you know the shows that you have coming up, if people are looking for you, like, where's this Allie Quinn girl? Where can I find her at? Shoot off whatever promotions you want.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I mean, I've got NLW this weekend on, what is it, the 29th? Or is that Sunday? 28th?
28th.
I'm very bad with dates.
That's
very
okay.
bad with dates here.
As long as you
August
know when
2nd,
you're supposed to show up.
Yes, I know what time and where I need to be.
Exactly.
But that'll be for NLW. Then I have August 2nd, I'm going to Minot for the first time ever. Super excited about that. Gonna be a great ride there. But we'll be
What
good.
promotion is that?
It's one of two, and I'm not 100% sure, so I won't plug that quite yet.
Okay.
So just stay tuned on my social medias for that one. Because I'm very excited for it. Not 100% sure, and I don't want to say the name wrong. So just stay tuned. That's a mystery.
It is a mystery. Got it.
Gosh, and then what is it? August 25th?
Don't forget August 16th.
That's the one I'm thinking of. It's August 16th. I tell you what, my weekends are going. I am such an adult. I have a calendar full of all of this. So August 15th, we have the New Sound show.
16th.
Oh my gosh.
See, this is why I got promoter.
16th. This is why we have her, ladies and gentlemen.
Other side. Okay, anyway.
I don't even know my left from my right.
August 16th, you will be at New Sound Wrestling in Sioux Falls. I know that one.
Yes, and I'm coming back for Sadie Bell. She better be ready for that. I'm not taking no for this time. Nope.
And you are Allie Quinn on Facebook, correct?
I have Allie Quinn on Facebook. You can go and follow and like my page. I am Allie Quinn, Allie_Quinn 13 on Instagram. I also have a TikTok that you can click off of the Instagram or the Facebook to get to.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to be everywhere.
Hey.
Except for my left and my rights, because we don't know those.
Allie, I think you are going to be everywhere very soon. I mean, you're a lot of places.
Already am. I can't keep dates straight.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me for the very first episode, or at least my first episode of the Sisterhood of the Squared Circle. Thank you
love to be the first.
So much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Also, to whoever made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you will come and see me again whenever I do this podcast next, which hopefully will be sooner rather than later. But from me, from Allie, we will see you again soon.